Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining our introduction to the Bid Ready webinar series. Over the next few minutes, we are going to look at the massive opportunities coming to New York State, and specifically, how your business can use this webinar series to get ready for competing for a piece of the pie. This dual-track webinar series is designed to prepare your business for the next level. We'll combine on-demand knowledge through pre-recorded training sessions and follow those with live sessions in collaboration with prime contractors and program administrators about real-time opportunities, helping you get ready to bid on New York State's most significant upcoming projects. So why are we having this conversation right now? Well, because we are currently at a critical pivot point for New York's economy. Just look at what has transpired. In upstate New York, Micron officially broke ground on its $100 billion mega fab in Clay, New York on Friday, January 16th. This is a projected 20-year construction project. And downstate, the Manhattan Borough-based jail, a $3.7 billion project, held its official construction kickoff meeting on January 22nd. Additionally, we've got the downstate casinos, including the Resorts World expansion and 2 new construction casino projects. These aren't just giant buildings, they are giant opportunities. We aren't talking about contracts 10 years away. We are talking about contracts being signed this quarter. As you can see from the map, this is a statewide opportunity. In Western New York, we have the Stamp site and Edwards Vacuum. In Central New York, the Micron Megafab. In the Capital Region, Global Foundries, and in Manhattan and Queens, we have the borough-based jails and the casino site prep. We know that for small businesses, the biggest barriers to growth are often access to the right information and access to the right people. That is exactly why we designed this webinar series with 2 distinct tracks. We often look at mega projects and think they are worlds apart from what we do every day. But if you strip away the billion-dollar price tag, you find the universal DNA of construction. Every project, no matter how big, starts with the basics. Someone has to dig the ground. Someone has to haul the material. Every site needs a parking lot, and every worker needs a lunch. These aren't just needs, they are entry points for your business. The focus today isn't on how these projects are different, but on how the work you already do fits perfectly into the project's foundation. So if the work is the same, why does it feel so hard to get a foot in the door? It's because the standards are different. To win a piece of the pie as a small business, you have to bridge the gap between doing the job and managing the contract. This means having the technical capacity to scale, the financial capacity to carry your costs while the project moves, and most importantly, the certifications and relationships to even get an invite to the table. You have to know the players, the GCs and the agencies, long before the shovel hits the dirt. Regardless of the trade, the entry price is the same: reliability. Having a proven track record of finishing on time and within budget. Compliance, meeting every legal, safety, and diversity requirement without exception. And awareness, knowing which projects are coming down the pipeline 6 to 12 months out. You are no longer just a business owner, you are a risk mitigator, and the more professional your systems, the lower their perceived risk. This is exactly why we are launching our new webinar series. We're going to walk you through these pillars one by one, from getting your certifications in order to building those crucial relationships with prime contractors. But before we start that journey, I want you to look at this checklist. It's a gut check. Don't worry if you can't check every box today. That's why we're here. This checklist isn't a barrier. It's our curriculum. By the end of this series, our goal is to help you check every single one of those boxes so you're ready to bid, win, and grow. Now let's get real for a moment. Opportunity without readiness is just a missed opportunity. I want you to really look at this checklist on this slide as a personal audit for your business. First, certifications and registration. It's not enough to be certified. If you aren't registered with primes, you won't even see the bid invitations. Our live sessions will guide you to the exact portals these primes use, so you don't waste time registering in the wrong places. Next, look at subcontracting requirements and technical capability. Mega projects operate differently. They often come with strict project labor agreements, union requirements, or higher insurance limits than you're used to. If you bid without factoring these costs in, you could win the job but lose money. We break down these flowdown requirements in our contracting process track, so you know exactly what you are signing up for before you submit a price. Then we have financial capacity and safety. You need cash flow to mobilize and an EMR under 1 to even step on site. We connect you with bridge lenders and safety experts to ensure these boxes are checked green. And finally, look at the last box, awareness of opportunities. You can have everything else ready, but if you find out about a bid package 2 days before it's due, you've already lost. This is the core value of our live webinar series. We bring in the people who tell you what to bid on and when it's coming. That head start is your competitive advantage. We designed this series to help you check every single one of those boxes. First, we have our on-demand foundation. We know you are running your businesses during the day, so we've created a library of pre-recorded sessions you can watch on your own schedule. These focus on the how-to, specifically how to navigate the technical contracting process and, crucially, how to access the capital necessary to float these contracts once you win them. This is your toolkit for readiness. Second, we have our live industry access sessions. These are events you'll want to attend in real time. We are bringing the prime contractors who are actually managing the largest mega projects in New York State right now. We're talking about the massive semiconductor expansions with Micron and GlobalFoundries, as well as major downstate infrastructure projects like the borough-based jails and upcoming casino developments. In these live sessions, you'll hear directly from the decision makers about their specific requirements, their insurance needs, and the immediate bid packages coming down the pipeline. Our goal is to ensure that when these opportunities drop, you aren't just eligible, you're competitive. Here are your immediate next steps. Watch the next 2 pre-recorded webinars, one on navigating the contract process and the other on capital access. Review the checklist we just discussed to see where you stand. And finally, please sign up and complete the survey on the home page. Stay tuned, as we will be sending out a link to our very first live webinar.